trivia about food. Number 1. Spicy is not taste. So far, there are 5 types of scientifically approved taste: sour, sweet, bitter, salty, and fresh. Spicy is actually a pain. It is a spicy, irritating sensation caused by certain compounds present in seasonings and vegetables. In order to balance its pain, the human body secretes endorphins, which eliminates pain on the tongue while creating a pleasant feeling in the human body. And we mistake this sense of pleasure for the spiciness itself, so many people will like spicy food. Generally speaking, carved peppers are harder than street peppers. Number 2. Apples and roses are family. Yes, apples and roses are both Rosaceae, but the subfamily is different. Apples belong to the Rosaceae apple subfamily, and roses belong to the Rosaceae family Rosaceae. There are more than 700 types of apples in the world. This means that even if you try one variety of apples per day, it will take clearly 20 years to taste all of them in turn. The most common apple varieties are Red Delicious, Golden Delicious, Granny Smith, Gala, Macintosh, Cortland, Empire, Fuji, Honeycrest, Ida Red, John Gold, Jonathan, Northern Spy, Peyton, Rhode Island Green, Rome Beauty, One Sap, York, etc. Number 3. Why are you allergic to mango? Mango skin contains a toxic substance called eurosia, which is one of the main ingredients of raw liquor. So many people are allergic to mango skin, but its pulp is non-toxic. So you are not allergic to mango, but allergic to mango skin. Number 4. Pineapple is a kind of combination fruit. Pineapple is not a single fruit, but a combination of many small fruits, biologically called multiple fruits. The multiple fruits is a fruit that is formed by many flowers. After the flowers are pollinated, these parts will swell and combine together. The typical multifruits are pineapple, black mulberry, fig, pomegranate, and jackfruit, which can be seen from the mature fruit morphology. Number 5. Do you know what is the most popular food in the world? The answer is massaman curry, which is known as the king of curry. This curry combines spicy, coconut, sweet, and salty flavors. Even baked massaman curry from the supermarket allows the worst chefs to cook delicious Michelin-level food. Fortunately, someone invented rice so that dinners could eat the last drop of curry cleanly. Number 6. Why plain meals are generally not tasty? Because the cabin is a relatively harsh environment. The low pressure, low humidity, and high noise environment in the aircraft cabin will affect people's taste. At high altitudes, people's perception of sweetness and saltiness has dropped by 30%, but their perception of sourness, bitterness, and spiciness has little effect. So even the food made by top chefs on the ground can become bland in the cabin environment. Number 7. Eating too many oranges, you will become a little yellow man. The main reason why oranges are orange yellow is that the carotene content is relatively high. If you eat too many oranges and you have too much carotene, you may get yellow skin. It causes palms, feet, and chest skin to turn yellow. But don't worry too much, just stop eating oranges and wait for the body to slowly metabolize excess carotene, and the skin will return to normal. Number 8. Dark chocolate is higher in calories. People who like desserts may have heard a word. Dark chocolate can lose weight, and the higher the purity, the better the effect. However, in fact, chocolate usually contains 30% to 50% fat and 50% carbohydrates, which means that the total amount of sugar and fat is more than 80%. Also, the higher the purity, the higher the calories. According to the USDA, 100 grams of milk chocolate contains 535 calories. 100 grams of 45 to 59% dark chocolate contains 546 calories. 100 grams of 60 to 69% dark chocolate contains 559 calories. 100 grams of 70 to 85% dark chocolate contains 598 calories. Number 9. Your favorite vanilla ice cream may use artificial vanilla flavor. Vanilla, also called beaver sand, is a reddish-brown creamy secretion extracted from beaver anal glands. This secretion was originally used by beavers to mark territory, but has a unique fragrance when dried, and is used by perfumers and food additives. It contains aromas such as alcohols, phenols, and ketones. So the vanilla ice cream you eat can be as strong and mellow as the advertisement says. But in fact, beaver incense is very expensive. Generally, it is not added in ice cream, but mainly used in high-end cosmetics, perfume, cigarettes, and so on. In other words, the more expensive you buy, the more likely you will be able to enjoy the precious material such as beaver anal gland secretions. Number 10. In ancient Egypt, onions were a sacred item. The word onion comes from the Latin word unio, which means big pearl, which means that onions is a precious thing. People used to believe that it was a symbol of eternity because there were layers of circles inside. People even worship onions as gods. After the death of the ancient Egyptians, they would be buried with pharaohs, and the baskets would be filled with onions as a funeral offering.